That's pretty shitty. Let's see if I can get my camera to be a little clearer here. That's better. This is, it's always tough. You always do the videos of yourself with the front facing camera. And, you know, I had a Samsung and I could do videos and switch between the two. On um, this Pixel, you can't. And I kind of was curious about that because I wonder would that really be that big of a feature. But I noticed in some of the videos, you don't see me at all. It's just me talking and I'm somewhere. And I do miss that quality. I even had a quality on it for a while where I could put right in the front here, right about here, or actually right about here, a photo of me facing the camera while I'm walking. That was pretty cool for a while. I did some things, but I wanted everybody's view. I got some friends on here. Um, don't know if you know too much about certain weird guitar models. Um, my older brother Mark had two of these. He had one in white. And he had signed by all these different people. Loretta Lynn, Billy Ray Cyrus, and you go down the line. This is the one, like I've said many times before, the one that he had. If you saw any pictures of him on stage, where you saw him camping, probably not the best thing to do for a guitar, but he had this one here. I added a leather strap to it. Uh, kind of felt bad taking one with his name off of it. I was never allowed to touch his guitar, ever. One time he was in a hospital and they did a video with me with it, and he saw it and he was pissed at me. He was really pissed. But I understand why now that I look at it. Now I added some new pegs on it. One of the tuners was bad. Went up to Gretsch up here in Greensburg, PA. But first I took to the guitar store and they wanted to sell me a new guitar. They didn't want to fix this for me, and they looked at me and they said, "Look, it's nothing important. It is to you, but not anybody else." And I went to Gretsch, and he says, he says that's a bunch of bullshit. And I told him, I said, I'll do the work myself. I just need to know the right size tuner I need. And he helped me out. He helped me out with it, and he said to me, he said, "Look, guitar means to you what it means sentimentally." He says, "If that was like," and he mentioned Willie Nelson. He said, "If it was his guitar, if it was Trigger, trust me, he'd put $1 million in it if it needed to." And I said, no, you're right. But if you look in here, you see the number on that. Get a better view. It's got the pickup on it. It's a MR 500. Now you notice this has the nice cutaway, so you can hit these higher frets, which is kind of stupid on an acoustic because on an electric, yeah, you can. This MR 500 is not an MR 500E, so it has these pickups right here. The classic pickups. The lighting's pretty bad, and there's your whole thing how it works. But the sound on it is not the greatest. It's got that twang on that one, but let me try this. Try it again. It's a little high. I'd like to put another uh, nut on it. I think that would probably help it out a lot. The neck's actually pretty straight on it for being left out in the rain in the woods when he was camping. This is a guitar with history, but this is an interesting guitar because I don't understand it. Besides all the cigarette smoke that yellowed it, and that's only one sad thing about that white guitar he had. That white Cort was he had all the signatures on it, but being in all those bars and all those places, it turned it yellow. And some people tell me that gives it a lot of character. But yeah, I put some money in this thing. Not a whole lot. A lot of stuff I do myself. Now I will tell you one thing: if you do these tuners, if you have to drill anything out, don't use a regular drill bit because what it'll do, it'll work opposite of what you're thinking, what you want to do. You want to have a countersink bit, okay? So I didn't need to necessarily do that. I so I added a new strap. You see the tuners, but it's a tells you right there. shadow. So this is, I'd say, mid 80s, Korean made Cort. They switched a lot of their stuff over to Indonesia. The Korean models are pretty on par with a Martin or a Gibson, um, give or take. Quality control. They're not overbuilt. Um, they've got a nice spruce top, so it's got some good sound to it. Resonation, that's one way you want to tell. But could need some minor adjustment. I don't know. I like the inlay here of this dove. That was my brother Mark's thing. He always had pet doves. He was a magician, and it has a lot of sentimental value to me, as I've said. Um, but I can't find any information on this guitar. I asked the AI about it, and it gave me some information. But this is one of the earliest guitars Cort made, and before they in Korea started putting that E on the end of that label in there, they made it an acoustic electric, so with the shadow box. So that's telling me without that, it's probably one of the first 1,000 off the factory, maybe 100. I don't know. Don't know too much about it. Like I said, my brother passed away. I was left with a lot of stuff to try to deal with. And I almost left this there. I left a lot of his pedals and things. I really still feel bad about that because he passed away and they kind of locked the doors because rent ended on September 1st, and that's when he passed away. But I did get some of his things out, trying to, not that I wanted them, I wanted him to live. This guitar was one of them, and it's kind of nice. Thinking again, you think of the stories like guitars like different people have had and how they almost lost them and how they kind of stick with you. It's kind of nice that this one remained, and you can see the strings have a little bit of height to them. I should have it adjusted. Um, don't know if I will, but it is what it is. It's an old guitar. It's seasoned. The wood's nice and dry, and I don't play it enough. I like my Martin better, but having this, I really wanted to take this to Ocean City with me, and one of those situations where you can throw what you have in the back of the truck. You can only carry what you have up front with you. I'm not throwing this in the back of the truck. So I took my ukulele with this thing here, man. Would have loved to have been sitting out there playing it. I don't get as much time to sit and play. I'm not a professional musician. I'm more of a singer songwriter, more of a songwriter, less of a singer. You don't want to hear me sing. I sound like a frog. But this kind of guitar here, all those pictures of my brother Mark, and it's just a miracle that's survived and it's in my hands. But I wanted to ask everybody out there, the whole point of this, if you're 8 minutes into it, you already know that I'm talking about it. What do you know about this guitar? Because I can't find any information on this model. The model I do find with that number is just a basic acoustic. Looks nothing like this. Um, Let me know in the comments if you have a Cort like this, and do you think it's worth getting restored, or you think those people at the Guitar Center are just trying to sell you something? They're a bunch of young kids that don't know what the hell they're talking about. Let me know.